It's a place. Passion is an asset. Where raw courage is the key to success. An institution that runs on the strength of brotherhood. Where every life boasts of style. If you want to be a part of this glorious tradition, join the Indian Army. Not just a vocation, but a braver way of life.
Grit, courage, passion, honor. The Army is a force that defends the country against all external threats and aggression. A force that works untiringly so that around 1 billion Indians can carry on pursuing their dreams safely and securely. The Indian Army, the world's second largest standing army in terms of active manpower, is also India's largest defense force. With around 11 lakh soldiers in active service and about 10 lakh reserve troops, it is also the largest volunteer army in the world.
Yuddhai Krit Nishchaya, that is, into battle with resolve.
Guarding around 3.3 million square kilometers of geographical area, the Indian Army can hold its ground in all possible terrains and weather conditions, be it the plains, deserts, mountains, snow-capped peaks or dense jungles.
I joined this organization for the adventure part of it, the action part of it, which I am getting, and I keep striving to get it.
Life in the army has been one great learning experience.
It's very challenging, it is very difficult. Somebody has to do it, and I'm glad that I'm doing this job.
It has many faces. It provides aid during natural calamities, responds to threats to the country's internal security, upholds secular values, and is home to several athletes who have brought laurels to the country in competitive sports.
Since childhood, I've been motivated by the flaunting uniforms and the salutes and whatever is associated with the army. I feel motivated. When I go and interact with my friends, I feel respected.
Being in the army to me means sense of pride and confidence in myself that I'd always wanted.
People look at him in such a manner where they consider him to be a very disciplined man.
The leadership qualities which I've developed over time and the confidence it's taken me somewhere else. I cannot relate to any other job I would have done anywhere in this world.
Our horse has challenged all mountains. Now they don't challenge us. They are friendly to us.
Nat Geo takes you nurtures daredevils like these.
Nothing known as a mountain. There's nothing known as a river.
Men and women who are forever ready to go beyond their own limits and let their spirits soar high in the limitless sky. Men and women who put their nation before everything else.
Be it even if it means to the peril of his life, if he has to die. If a task is allotted that, okay, he knows I'm going to die, but he still goes ahead and still fights. That is what makes an army man.
We often call them Desh Ke Rakshak. The modern Indian Army's foundations were laid in the early 16th century. The present-day Indian Army came into being when India gained independence on the 15th of August 1947.
Is in IMA, which Field Marshal Chetwood gave. The welfare and honor of your country comes first, always and every time. Welfare of your men comes next, and your own welfare comes last, always and every time.
So what does it take to don this uniform? Become an officer and lead men who'll do anything at just one command of their superiors.
Motivation, a feeling of nationalism and pride for the nation. Integrity, care for moral values that the army has. And you require a feeling of altruism for the organization.
Making facts sound stranger than fiction. That is probably the best way to describe the job profile of the Indian Army's paratroopers. These men belong to the elite airborne forces of the Indian Army. They get dropped behind enemy lines to destroy strategic targets. These combat paratroopers are a crack force, working tirelessly to defang the enemy before he can bite.
कोई शक किसी को? नहीं साहब। Good.
The para forces have been, denoted by a famous adage, men apart, every man an emperor. This was picked up, or rather, this was to denote the heroics of the paratroopers during the World War II. The paratroopers can go down behind enemy lines and change the face of battle.
During wartime operations, these elite troops of the Parachute Regiment clear the way for the infantry and other land forces to march forward by weakening enemy defenses in advance. These paratroopers can operate at any time of the day or night. Most of their operations are clandestine in nature. These airborne forces have played a pivotal role during all the wars fought by the Indian Army. During Operation Vijay in Kargil in 1999, the paratroopers were instrumental in clearing the Mushko Valley and Batalik sector by getting rid of the foreign infiltrators. In addition to combat roles, the airborne forces are engaged in a variety of tasks, including combat, search and rescue operations, counter-insurgency actions, sabotaging enemy's communication systems, and responding to emergencies that include terror threats from armed insurgents and cross-border terrorists. The paratroopers, which are a part of the Indian Army's airborne forces, are ready action troops. These are inserted in action zones using various means, including heli-borne insertions, slithering, ground vehicles, and military freefall techniques like HALO, that is high altitude low opening, and HAHO, meaning high altitude high opening. These techniques are used by paratroopers to deliver personnel, equipment, and supplies from a transport aircraft with little or no enemy detection. The paratroopers are highly self-sufficient and capable of lifting and airdropping weapons and vehicles straight into the scene of action. An artillery element is integral to these airborne warriors who carry Indian light field gun as part of their arsenal. Within minutes of being airdropped, the paratroopers quickly place the gun in firing position. In addition to their highly specialized combat and survival skills, the paratroopers also get to use some highly sophisticated weapon systems. Armed with advanced GPS-based navigation equipment, including GPS watches, radio and satellite communication sets, the Indian Army paratroopers count amongst some of the best airborne forces in the world. Some paratroopers out of their own choice.
In the academy, there were officers from the parachute regiment, and I always considered them as a role model. Something told me that they are a little different from the others.
To be considered fit for wearing the maroon beret, a soldier has to be comparatively young, physically fit, mentally tough, intelligent and motivated, with an ability to innovate. Officers from all the arms and services can join the parachute regiment. All paratroopers compulsorily go through a 90-day probationary period, during which they are subjected to a wide range of physical and mental endurance tests. These include advanced battle proficiency tests, speed marches, and route marches up to 70 kilometers at one go.
Route march, as the saying in army goes, it's all running for 60 odd kilometers. Then it is bound to happen that your ankles give out, your knee gives out. There is a tussle going on between your mind and your heart, that should you give up or should you not. And that is where I would say your temperament to carry on in spite of all odds come into play. A person just by his sheer physical strength cannot run 60 to 70 kilometers with such a weight.
Their minds and bodies are stretched beyond their limits. They also hone their skills in navigation, medical rescues, demolition handling, and rockcraft. All these assume significance, considering that a paratrooper may have to opt for near impossible routes to reach the enemy and evacuate his buddies injured in action. The paratroopers also get special inputs on conducting ambushes and raids on terrorist dens in populated areas. They train to achieve mastery in both conventional as well as unconventional warfare. The average rejection rate hovers between 70% and 80%. The ones who fail to impress their instructors are repatriated to their parent units. Only those found up to the mark are sent for special para-training. These men also go through highly specialized training modules at various other army institutions in India. The Indian Air Force's Paratroopers Training School, or PTS, in Agra, in North India, is one such institution. Here they attend a 28-day para-basic course where they get to learn the art of slithering and para-jumping in a variety of conditions. They also attend a compact free-fall course with and without oxygen systems. Those who develop cold feet at the 11th hour are declared unfit for becoming a paratrooper and are sent back to their parent units. To qualify for wearing these para wings and the maroon beret, each of the trainees must make 5 successful static line para jumps from various heights. These include night jumps and jumps with full battle load. Since these airborne forces work in comparatively smaller teams, the paratroopers must have loads of empathy for their buddies and also possess superior leadership qualities.
So basically it's gaining their trust and making them believe that yes, I can lead you into a successful operation.
The airborne brotherhood, cutting across arms and services, the color of your lanyard, we all are brothers. So this is well known in our army that the airborne is one.
Marooning the
We are the spirit that unites the nation. We hold the key to a secure future. For us, Strengthening the country is not an edge, but an urge. We are Indian Army, partners in nation building.
भारत माता तेरी कसम, तेरे रक्षक रहेंगे हम।